Hello YouTube, it's K.McCoy and I am here tonight to talk about two things. First, I received my very first review and I am super excited about that. I received a 3-star review and I know a lot of people are probably thinking, why are you excited about 3 stars? Here's why. That 3 stars tells me that someone, 1, read my story, 2, they took the time to come onto Amazon and log in and actually leave me a decent review, a review that had critique and positive feedback, and for that I am forever thankful for whoever that person may be. I don't know. I was scared at first to even read the review, but once I got word that I did in fact have a review, I just kind of stared at my computer and I wasn't sure if I wanted to read it right away, but I had a good friend of mine who offered to read it for me, and I said, okay, you know what, stop this. You are an adult, you wrote this story, you said you were ready for critique, here it is, so read it. So that is my advice for anyone else that finds themselves in the same situation where you receive a review and you're hesitant to read it because you're not sure if it's going to be good or bad. My advice is it's okay to be afraid. Be afraid and read it anyway, because to me, receiving reviews is the icing on the cake. Okay, the best part was getting my story out there, telling my story, and I'm just excited that I get to share my work. Finally, I have found my momentum to the point where I can actually write these stories, have them edited, get the book covers. I go through all those steps, and to me, it really is the icing on the cake. It's the reward on top of the reward. The reward is finally having my published work out into the universe for others to read. So naturally, I'm going to get reviews. So to whoever that person was that left me a review, thank you very much. And you have left me with a little bit more than I thought to consider. And I say this because I've already started the continuation of MAGIX, and by that I mean literally the second half of MAGIX is already on the way to the editor. But now, after reading the review, I'm not exactly sure where I want to leave off on that story. Once I finish with the telling of MAGIX, I do plan on revisiting these characters. But in what capacity? Don't know yet. I don't know if I'm going to have them drop in other stories that I'm working on, or if I'm going to have them have their own standalone stories. But I know that these characters are not going anywhere. They've waited so long to be released into the wild. They are here, they're here to stay, and they are ready to meet all of you. So thank you again to whoever it was that left me my first review on Amazon. You have no idea how much that means to me. And I wanted to really share this because I know that there are other indie authors out there that are working tirelessly on their stories, or they finally have published their story and waiting with anticipation for their first reviews. And trust me, I just want to tell you, it's going to happen. And when it happens, don't be afraid to read your reviews. Or better yet, be afraid and do it anyway, because reviews are the icing on the cake. Okay? You've gotten your story just the way you want it to. You've had it edited, you've gotten your book cover, and you've finally have this finished product that you've worked so hard on. That is the real reward. Again, the icing on the cake are the reviews, especially if they are honest reviews, especially if they are reviews that leave you with constructive criticism, especially if they are reviews that point things out or show you things about your story that you didn't even realize, and just open up a new window of opportunity for you. So that's what I wanted to really touch base on and talk about within this video. But I also wanted to talk a little bit about Camp Nanowrimo because, as you all know, I decided to participate in Camp Nanowrimo this year. My goal is not words. I mean, you're probably going to hear me say this a bit on my channel. I love to get the words, like that's my thing, and that's something I always tell everyone when they're writing. It's like, oh, get the words, get that story out. But with this Camp NaNoWriMo, my goal overall is to begin retelling a story that I started on a fan fiction site. And this story is called The Hurting Kind. It's based off of two characters from The Bold and the Beautiful, Rick Forrester and Maya Avant Forrester. And the story, it takes place when, if you are a fan of Bold and Beautiful, you'll know this part. It takes place with Rick Forrester still being in charge of Forrester Creations, and something happens along the way that threatens that. And so Maya, being the loyal and loving, I don't want to give away too much, being the loyal and loving person that she is, she does something that secures his place within the company, but it is not the way that he would have wanted it to be. And so these characters have to eventually find themselves, and they have to find out who they are without the other, and they have to find out just how much hurt, how much pain, how much sacrifice is one willing to stand for the person that they love, which is why I titled this particular fan fiction The Hurting Kind, because people hurt people. Hurt people hurt people. People in love hurt people, and I really wanted to share not that idea, but I really wanted to share that part of just interactions and all this craziness. That honestly, that's just life, and that's what happens when you're in love with someone. You do things and you say that you do them in the name of love, but are they really in the name of love? So that's something that I wanted to briefly touch upon with these two characters, especially these two characters. If you know anything about Bold and Beautiful, you know Rick Forrester is just, he is a character. And then you have Maya Avant Forrester, and she comes in and you think you know her, but when she is with Rick, there's just this dynamic, this chemistry that they have together, when they know in their heart of hearts that they are doing some shady stuff, but they still love each other through it. They are still loyal to each other, and they still they give you so much, and it's interesting to watch, to say the least. The characters aren't on Bold and Beautiful at this time, which is another reason why I wanted to resume the story for anyone that is also missing these characters, because the actors in real life are obviously, they're acting, they're doing their own things, they're doing their movies and plays, and they have families, and I'm really happy for them in real life, but I've really been missing these characters on the Bold and Beautiful. So that's the second reason why I wanted to pick back up where I left off with this story. And I am happy to say that in the next 2 days I will go ahead and upload that story, and I will post a link down below so you guys can follow me at the website, and I will also post a link to where you can purchase your copy of MAGIX. And I'm so happy with both of these stories right now. It's been one heck of a ride for me to finally get them out there, but they are there, and I am through the moon happy. And Camp NaNowRimo has been a whirlwind so far. It's only been 8 days, and it's just it's been crazy. And MAGIX has been exactly that. It's been magic. It's been magical to write. It's been challenging to write, but honestly that's the best part, because without those challenges I wouldn't be able to really hone in on exactly what type of author I am. And so I can't be mad about those challenges at all. I think those challenges are what have made the story great. So thank you again for the reviews. Thank you guys again for the support. And as always, thank you. Thank you all so much for supporting me as an independent author. And continue reading, continue writing, continue loving the process. This is K.McCoy, and I will check in with you all soon.